everybody, and welcome back to the pre-production meeting. I am your host, Josh Urquhart. What's so funny, Dan?
Oh, Josh, mate, how are you? Episode 57.
That's my Josh Urquhart
What do we do in this podcast?
Is it 57? Wow.
Yeah. What do we do on this podcast,
we're talking
man?
about films and things like that.
Yeah, what things?
I don't know. I can't do this.
Yo, well, you haven't been here for a month. You forgot what the whole podcast is about.
I have,
yeah. How did you feel when you betrayed us last week?
I felt great because I was, actually working and earning a bit of money.
Look, it's been about 5 months, 5 weeks since we've had like a proper podcast, me and you. How have you been, mate?
Good. Actually, there's quite a bit happening.
Yeah?
Which I will speak about.
There's things that you're like, bro, okay, pre-warning, listeners, viewers, there is a fly in this studio and it is annoying the fuck out of me. So if I look a bit silly sometimes, I'm not just like flying my hands about. There is a fly in here.
Breaking Bad reference, wait, did you watch season 3?
I've told you, I've seen all Breaking Bad except half of the last season.
Okay, you remember that episode with the fly? Where it's the whole lab, they're just trying to kill that fly? And that's like some people's favorite episode and some people's least favorite.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's what this is going to be, the best and the worst episode.
This is the Breaking Bad fly fucking podcast pre-production meeting episode.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Why are people screaming?
Oh man, I don't even know. This place is just crazy now. Everybody's kind of figured out that there's a podcast room and why is everybody crowding around? Who are these people? And this is really awkward.
Well, there's a lot of people.
They're all looking into they're taking photos now.
They're
fans.
We're on air. Hi guys.
They're fans of the pre-production meeting.
Yeah.
So anyways, Dan, what's been happening now? There's been points where you're like, oh yeah, look, there's something exciting, but I can't tell you. I tell you on the pod.
Yeah.
And then you don't come to the pod. So what's happening, Dan?
Yeah. Well, quite a few things, which I'll talk about more in depth in progress. But I think as of a couple nights ago, I'm always so cautious to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Yeah.
My film Baron is at Picture Lock.
Nice.
Which means like all the visual kind of editing is done, which means you send it off to I'm just getting Lockie, my editor, to clean it up a bit, and then going to send it off to the sound designers. They put in all the sound effects and the composer does the music, and then you get the color grading done, and there's a little bit of VFX stuff that we might add as well, and then you've pretty much got the film.
Nice.
So that's where we're at now. So I'm hoping within, I don't know, maybe a month and a half, we'll have it complete.
You reckon? Well, sound design and composing. It takes a long time.
Takes a while, you reckon? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
maybe that's a bit optimistic.
Yours is much shorter though, so who knows? It may, may go quicker.
We'll see.
What else has been happening? Because we'll touch on that more in the progress.
Yes. Another project that I got coming up, which I haven't told you about yet, but I'm going to be directing a music video.
Oh yes, I got told about this last week.
Oh damn, I wanted to.
Yeah, music video.
Yeah.
What's been happening with that? How?
Yeah, so there's this girl I met when I was working on Australian Idol. Her name's Natalia, and
that's right. Yeah.
She's not a contestant or anything. She was working in the talent department with me.
Okay.
So got to know each other a bit, and she was telling me, oh yeah, I do music as well, and I'm starting to release a few songs and things. She's got management and stuff, so she's sort of established. And she's put out a single, and it's doing pretty well, and then she's got a second single coming out, which she wants to do a music video for. And after Idol finished, I messaged her because she said to me when we were working on this, she's like, I'd love to have you on for the project. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll come on as assistant director.
Yep.
And then I messaged her post Australian Idol wrapping up and everything. I think I actually messaged her just because I was like, oh, have you been paid yet? Because my pay was late or something.
Yeah.
Like just general conversation. And then she was like, oh, by the way, do you actually want to direct the music video? And I was like, I would love to.
Fantastic.
So, I'm super excited. And also David Longdon, who was the DOP for my film, is going to be DOP on this.
Did you bring him on yourself?
Well, she wanted him at first, and then I was like, oh, I don't know, because he's in Melbourne and it might be a bit tricky for him and a bit more expensive and stuff.
But he said he's happy too.
Well, I had a conversation with him, and this is the funny thing. Like, sometimes these things come together just because you happen to be talking to someone.
Yeah.
And then, things sort of work themselves out. Because I just happened to be chatting to Dave the other day and told him that I was, working on this music video. He was like, oh, dude, like, I'd love to come on board.
That's great.
I'll give you, like, a heavy discount and stuff. And I was like, oh, sick.
Yeah.
So I said that to her, and she's like, oh, that would be great.
Are you having to finance it?
No, I'm not. Well, this is actually something else I wanted to talk about, which
in
is
the progress or
very
no?
exciting. Oh, We'll talk about it later in the
Ah,
progress.
yeah, cool.
But yeah, so I'm going to be directing this music video. It's very much like whimsical, kind of picnic at Hanging Rock kind of vibes. Like she, running around in the outdoors wearing a white dress, like
Taylor Swift
in
vibes.
Midsummer. Yeah.
Oh,
kind of thing.
Midsummer.
Well, not the scary
Midsummer
part,
meets Taylor Swift, huh?
not the scary part of Midsummer, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
outfits and the
Yeah.
environment and all that kind of
Nice.
stuff.
Almost weird.
Sort of like artistic, not so much weird. But yeah, we'll go with that.
Abstract.
So I'm
Sure,
super
sure,
excited
sure.
about that, and we're going to be shooting that at the end of June.
Yeah, nice.
So
And
that's
for how many days?
I think just one or two
Okay.
probably.
And that doesn't mess up any of your schedules with everything else you want to do?
No, not really. Which is I got other things coming up, like Indie's film that I'm ADing
that's
on,
right, yeah.
and then there's an action film that I'm actually ADing on.
Really?
So yeah, I've got quite a few things coming up, and they're all in June as well. I mean, we don't know about
Damn.
Indies if it's okay. So you're gonna definitely shoot. Okay, so Indies gonna
Okay.
shoot in August now.
Nice, good stuff.
Which is good because it spreads things.
When
out.
abouts in August? Nice.
Second week of August.
Alright, cool.
Yeah,
We're
That's
thinking
good.
of shooting third or fourth week of August.
Oh really?
Mm.
Oh cool. Okay. Yeah, sick. Very
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
keep going.
Yep.
Is that about it?
Yeah, I'll touch upon that more in the progress.
Fuck, man, you have a lot going on.
yeah, just-
no wonder you've been away for a while. You've been getting all these gigs.
Yeah. Other than that, just been watching a bunch of movies and
Yeah.
things. And I actually wanted to tell a funny story.
No. Anyways, okay, so let's go straight. I'm kidding. Go for
Why
it.
are you doing this to me? A funny sort of. Client
If I don't laugh, this is gonna be a fucking absolute travesty
All
for you.
right. Well, it's sort of like a videography client. He's already laughing.
I get it, bro. Yeah, go on.
Was that fake? Or
That was fake.
I thought you actually found me funny. Wow.
No.
Um,
Oh,
I hate
love
this
you.
guy.
All right. It's
so-
good to be back.
I met up with Austin yesterday.
Yes.
We got lunch because I was borrowing a lens from him.
Yep.
So I don't know if I told him this story yesterday or a couple of days ago, but anyway, I've had this videography client since I was 18. So
Yep.
like 6 years I've known
Nice.
this guy. Sort of done work for him on and off kind of thing.
What does he do?
And, I don't want to talk too much.
Okay. Yep. Sure. Oh, because you're gonna shit
Some
on
of
it.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Because I've just cut him off recently.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I've been
Right,
doing
right.
work for this guy on and off for 6, and he's just a pain in the ass. Like he's
Really?
always trying to lowball me with his prices and stuff. Like the first video I did for him when I was 18, I charged him like $350, I think, for it.
$350.
Yeah, and then when I edited it, like sent it off to him, he goes, "I'll pay $50 for this." And I'm
You're
like,
fucking
"Bro,
kidding
no."
me.
And then he's like, "All right," like done, like not happening. And then a week later, he's like, "Hey, want to do another video for me?" And I
hell?
was so desperate for money at that time that I said yes.
Oh my god.
So I kept like doing work for him every now and then, and like I sort of got better at dealing with him, knowing what he was like. But
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
from project to project, it would vary. Like sometimes he'd be okay, other
Sure.
times he'd just be like annoying. So whenever I had gaps in work and he wanted something done, I'd do it. But it was always just like he was just not happy to pay. Like he was always trying to lowball me, as I said, and just always wanted 100 revisions, which is fine. But it's also like you got to.
That's hard, man, especially if you're not getting paid a lot to deal with it.
Yeah, and it's like at a certain point, I've got to charge more for revisions because that's the hours you're putting in, and
Yep.
like, and then he would get annoyed that I'm charging more, and it's like, well, like that's my time.
Yep, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? So,
Yep, I get you.
yeah, so we get to this project that I'd worked on him recently, and it was like a series of short videos, like vertical, like Instagram reel kind of videos.
Oh, they were talking about that last week.
Yeah.
Vertical.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I did like 8 of those for him. So like a package kind of thing. I charged him about $1,000 for that. And it took months because he just wanted so many revisions, but he'd be really slow to like ask me for revisions.
Yeah.
So I'm just like churning away at this project. And then I ended up charging a bit more for revisions. And then he was saying things like, oh, you know, because you're using the same footage in some of these clips, like,
Can we get it lower?
yeah, like if I'm paying this, like you have to edit completely different and all this stuff. And I'm like,
Bro,
"Okay,
who
whatever."
is this guy?
So yeah, it was just a grind, and then eventually it got to a point where he seemed to be happy with it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. Sent the invoice, he paid it, and I'm like, okay, we're done here. And then he rings me and he's like, I want more changes, and I'm like,
After he's paid you.
yeah, I'm like, you had all the time to say this, and you've waited until after I've sent you the invoice and you've paid to say that. I was like, I knew that he was just doing that because he wanted like a freebie. Like he thought there might be a chance that I wouldn't like because my issue is sometimes I'm too nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
I find it hard to, give people like the prices that,
Sure.
to be honest, I
Yep,
should
yep,
be.
I get
because
you.
I struggle with it. I just find it hard.
Yep.
So I think he
You're
knew.
just too nice.
Yeah, I think he knew in a way that he could take advantage and just
Okay.
get a free edit
Yeah.
out of me, which
Yeah,
he
yeah.
actually did, because he was like, "Oh, can you
Wow, what a
re-edit
dog.
this?" And then I just did a quick re-edit and sent it to him, and I was like, "I'm done." And then he tried to call me again, and I was like, "You know what? I am."
This is recently?
Yeah, this was like a couple weeks ago. I was like, "I am done with this." So
Cutting
I
the toxic people out of your life.
yeah, so I
Nice.
just ghosted him, right? And he kept trying to call me. And
Oh
text me.
my
He's like-
god! What
Right?
is this guy doing?
And I was just like, I was having a bit of a laugh, to be honest. I was just like, 6 years of frustration. Just
yeah.
And
yeah,
then-
yeah.
So he'd already paid like $1,000.
Yeah. Oh no!
I get a text saying you have from Combank saying you've got an important thing in your inbox.
Oh no!
I open it. He sent a request to try and get the $1,000 back. You're joking. And then I just declined, and you have to give a reason why. And I was like, because I've done the job.
You've done the job.
Yeah,
You're not gonna.
he has access to the files. Like, it's not like I said you can't use this. Like, the
Yeah.
videos are all there.
Oh,
Like,
bro, that
well, he
is
thinks I'm
ridiculous.
going to give back all
How
the
old
money.
is this guy?
Oh, I don't know, in his 30s. Like,
You're kidding me.
yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's funny. That was a good story.
Yeah.
You came through with that one,
So,
mate.
Yeah.
Good stuff, mate. Well, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. We've gone 12 minutes and
All right, let's get on to the movies. No. How are you, Josh?
yeah, good, mate. I'm good. There's been a lot happening again. I don't
Yep.
know what I want to talk about because we got Taha coming on the podcast in
Yes.
the next couple of weeks. But yeah, a lot well into pre-production now.
Did you get some new tattoos?
Oh yeah, I got this one. It's scabbing
What is
up
it?
at the moment. It's the symbols from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, sick. Yeah. I love when you get a new tattoo because I always get to figure out what it is, like from what
There you
movie.
go, mate.
Do
Well,
you, are
me
you,
and my brother got matching ones. He
Nice.
got it on his legs, but yeah, what are you saying?
would you only get like movie exclusive tattoos? Or
Well,
do
this is a TV show.
Oh, well, movie and TV.
Yeah. Well, trying to see. I mean, that one's not movie or TV show. It's Be Present.
Oh,
And it's
nice.
got each letter is written by a different member of my family.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah,
How
I
do you
think
do that?
that's
Do you get them to
Japan.
write it on a piece of
Yes,
paper
and
and
then
then
I
you
go
show
to
it
the tattoo artist.
And how do you
they
find your
traced
tattoo
it.
artist?
Well, I now have one. So for,
Oh,
for
your
the
go-to.
longest time, I was going to random ones trying to find. Like I was going to, King Street in Surrey Hills.
Yep.
I was going to, God, I don't know, Parramatta, all over the shop, and I finally found one literally around the corner. You know the one that you always drive. It's right near Woolworths. It's like.
Where?
It's called Smart Arts Tattoo.
But what
it's in
suburb?
Bulk Mills.
I don't know.
Like it's on the way down to the M2. You probably don't know then. Yeah, it's
Wait,
alright.
what's
Don't
it
worry
near?
about
What's
it's
near?
like near the old Red Rooster, where the old Red Rooster used to be. You wouldn't know that. It's
think-
near the library, the Bulk Mills Library. Fuck you. All right. I just keep saying all these
It's all
places.
the library. I used to go there. No. Who goes to a library?
Whoa.
Whoa.
What about to all our readers? You just disrespected all
Well,
of who
buy
goes.
the books. Don't rent them. Borrow.
Well, maybe people don't have the money. Now you're shitting on disadvantaged people. Are you kidding me?
true. Oh, I'm gonna get cancelled.
Say sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, good, bitch. Anyways, what was the fucking talking
See,
about?
I'm too nice.
My tattoo. My tattoos.
tattoos,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so I now found this guy like right next to where I live. It's like a 2-minute drive. And
Yeah,
he's
nice.
done. He did that one. He did that one, and he did that one.
Yeah, cool. How
So,
much do
yeah.
you reckon I'm talking way too much about these tattoos.
How much do you reckon I've spent?
All up,
Oh
yeah.
man, I don't know. They're averaging around $200, and I've got 10 of them now.
Wow.
So
Does Sarah like your tattoos?
yeah, she does. Yeah, 100%. And like I don't regret any of them. Yeah, I don't think I will really. I honestly
No.
don't give a crap.
No.
I didn't regret this. I regretted the position of it, but it
Right.
just grows on you.
Yeah,
If you have
yeah,
any
you get
way-
used to
yeah,
it.
you get used to it. It's fun. Anyways, yeah, tattoos. What was I talking about before that? Yeah, my film.
And
yeah,
what
cool.
you don't want to tell us.
Yeah. I think I'll just touch on it in the progress.
Yeah.
And then go into the ins and outs because it's been quite a process. It's been awesome. It's
Has it been a hectic
great.
pre-production?
Yeah, well, man, coming up is going to be it's a real rush because we've actually moved that we were shooting first week of September and we've moved it back now a week. So it's been good. We've finished now not finished the casting process, but finished the first stage of it. anyways, I'll get into that later. I've also been watching a lot of movies and stuff like that. Funny story. Do I have a funny story? You told a funny story. No, it's just been very expensive the last week. You know,
Your car's falling apart.
Yeah, my car's falling apart. If you guys have seen, there's not been really any clips this week because my computer fucking busted itself as well. What else? Something else was expensive. Oh yeah, that's right. I've been saving for my film.
Yeah.
So it's just we're getting by. But you know what? That's this industry. So I'll get into the progress as well. I have a bit of a kind of understanding. I think not really an understanding, just another idea on where I'm going to head after this film. So, bro, these flies are pissing me off.
And quick question:
Yes.
Has there been any progress with Ozma in terms of festival?
Oh yeah, I've already been declined from 3. I've been declined from St Kilda, Venezia Shorts, and Vienna. So they're all Oscar qualifying except for Venezia, but that's the second biggest film festival in Italy.
Right.
Again, I said that I wasn't expecting to get into any of them. But
do you have another strategy as to what you want to do with
Ozma?
Yeah, other than the festival run.
Not really. I mean, eventually, yeah, for sure. But if it doesn't, I knew signing on to Ozma from the moment I wrote it that it was a big possibility that nothing was going to come from it in festivals. I knew that writing it, and that's kind of what I had in my mind. I know I put a lot of money into it.
Okay, see, that's what kind of baffles me a bit. Though.
Yeah,
because if you knew that, what made you make it?
I wanted to challenge myself. And
But that's an expensive challenge.
Yeah, man. I learned a lot from it, and it's good to have on the resume as well for future things. You know what? Money comes and goes. To me, it does. Money comes and goes. It's not the most important thing in my life, and especially right now when I can take those big risks. And I'm also I don't see a lot of people taking the risk by doing a big, what's it called, period piece based off a book at this age, at this stage in their career. And I wanted to try.
Yeah,
that's all.
I don't. That's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that you didn't have another plan other than film festivals, knowing that it probably wouldn't have
I'm sure something will come. Honestly, I'm a big believer in what with
sounds
what
like
will
you don't
happen.
know what you're talking
no,
about.
No, I'm a big believer with, if something's going to come from it, something's going to come from it, and everything
But
will
it
kind
won't
of
happen
fall
on
into
its own.
place.
Sorry, I don't mean to be crapping on you right now.
Nah, man, no, it's
just my
fine.
thoughts.
I don't really have a massive gajillion plan in this industry. I don't. I'm just just keep making stuff and something will eventually fall into your lap.
I can respect that.
It's a bit of luck is always needed in this industry, and one day it will all click. You can make all these projects, make 20 projects, and all you need is one to stick. And I learnt so many lessons from Ozma, how to deal, with people, how to deal with a production that big, that is invaluable for the next productions that I got coming up. And, one of these will stick. I just keep making stuff, and one day we'll get there. And
also, I'm not saying these things to try and put you down.
Bro, no, don't worry.
I'm just trying to...
I've thick skin. Yeah,
and I'm sure you've thought about this all anyway.
Bro,
and I've said this to you 100 times.
Yeah,
it's just kind of if I'm saying these things, there's going to be 100 other people you're going to meet that will say the same thing.
Mate, of course. And that's bro, I know this. I knew that from the...
and I know that you know, but...
Yeah, it's fine, man. Everybody has their own kind of way into this industry, and you know what? I'm leaving a lot of it up to the universe. But honestly, man, I love it. That's why I love this industry.
Yeah, of course.
I still have little things here and there that I want to eventually go into, meet new people, and then once you meet these new people, talk to these people, maybe different opportunities will come to arise. So.
Also,
yep.
You're not the only person that's doing these ambitious short films.
No,
I'm the one I've signed on to, the action one,
yep,
which is a short film. It's probably got double the budget that yours has.
Fantastic.
And around similar length, maybe a little shorter. It's
is he self-funding
21
it? Or
pages.
this person self-funding?
Mostly. I think he's doing a Kickstarter, but only for a portion of it.
Fantastic, man. That's great to hear.
Yeah, no,
I love
actually want to try and get Austin on that set.
Amazing.
So he can see some of the action stuff, because I think there'll be some pretty sick stunts.
Is it short? Or
yeah,
feature?
but it's 20 minutes.
Fantastic, man. Well, that's what we love to hear, because for the longest time, you don't really hear much people doing that kind of stuff, outside of our circle. So anyways, we spent a long time talking, 20 minutes, in fact. Let's get on to the wrap-up of the week.
Let's do it.
You know what? How many stuff have you seen? Have you seen a lot?
I've seen quite a bit. I'll just sort of
Run
breeze
through it, man.
it.
Yeah,
Let
breeze
me
through
pull
it.
up my list real quick.
That's all right. I got my list as well.
Okay. So I watched a couple movies as references for the music video that I'm working on. So I watched The Virgin Suicides. Have you seen that one? No. Actually, funny thing, because before the past couple of weeks, I'd only really seen Kirsten Dunst in Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And like her character in Spider-Man kind of annoys me. Okay. Because especially in like Spider-Man 2, she's just very like back and forth between Peter and that astronaut guy or whatever. Yeah, like she's kind of annoying and like treats Peter like crap, to be honest.
Fair enough, man.
So growing up, I always didn't really like that character. Yep. And, you know, often we associate characters with actors, which you shouldn't. But anyway. But then recently I'd watched her in The Virgin Suicides, which she's much younger in. And then Civil War, which just came out, which she's older in. And she was fantastic in both of those. And I feel like when you see an actor in multiple roles, it kind of resets your view of them, I think. And it shows you that they have range as well, which she does. I think she's excellent. So, yeah, watched The Virgin Suicides. Thought it was all right. I think I gave it like 3 stars. Yep. It's just like, I think it's 1999, so it's very much got that style.
One shot? Wait, no, sorry.
No, like... I don't know, just like the color palette and like, you know, the way like you hear certain songs and things that just remind you of a certain era. Just
sorry, I thought you meant the movie. What's it? 1917. Sorry, for some reason that came into my head.
Why did that?
No idea. Go on.
No. Do you know what it's about? It's not even. It's just about this group of girls that live. It just follows this group of girls.
Group of girls that live. Now that's very
I'm about
broad,
to explain.
Man. Yeah, right.
This group of girls that just live in a conservative house. Sydney, sweetie.
Yeah, right. Oh, God.
This group of girls that live in a conservative household. Like their mother's very protective of them and stuff. And then it just follows their lives as teenagers, really. And Kirsten Dunst is like the main girl of the 5 that it follows. And then drama unfolds and different things. So it's sort of like a coming-of-age film, but it's a little bit darker.
Yep.
It's Sofia Coppola. So it's interesting seeing, like, you sort of can see how she's the daughter of Francis Ford by, like, the style that she sort of brings, but then she has her own flair. I think being a woman sort of, it does sort of change, like, your perspective as a filmmaker.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think for sure.
Yeah.
How
so?
It's kind of a... Don't look at me like... It's kind of a hard thing to describe, really.
Because you're not a woman. Exactly.
I can't comment on this without being cancelled. No.
Yeah.
No, it's just... I don't even know how to explain.
Life experiences.
When you watch a film by like Greta Gerwig or whatever, I feel like you get an insight into like a certain person's mind, right?
Yes,
and I think based on someone, whether it's even like, you know, if you take Jordan Peele or like... you get a certain perspective that I think is unique to that, based on like, you know, their environment, the way they've grown up, or that cultural differences, which I think is really awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's A Virgin Suicide. Picnic at Hanging Rock, Aussie film from 1975. I always like seeing good Aussie content, which I also have been watching Mr. In Between, which is an Aussie show.
I met the guy that edited that.
Really?
Well, I had a meeting with him.
Oh, cool.
Not too long ago. He works for this production company called... Oh, God. Fuck, I forgot the company.
What's it called? Huh?
Yeah, I forgot the company. But I have him. He works for the company that also edited Power of the Dog. Like, and won the Oscar for it and shit like that. I can't remember his name. Anyways, nice. Continue. He's really good. He was telling me his experience on Mr. In Between. Apparently, it's got really good ratings.
Oh, dude, it's a fantastic show.
Nice.
Like, the lead actor is just phenomenal. And just, it's just very well crafted. I actually know a few people that worked on it too.
Fantastic.
Anyway, Picnic at Hanging Rock. Yeah, it's just like a very whimsical 1975. It's inspiration for the film. So, you know, you've got the white dresses and like sort of artistic, abstract kind of vibes.
Yeah.
I thought it was alright. Not my favorite kind of movie, but it was alright. I watched The Tree of Life, which I've been watching quite a bit of artistic stuff recently.
Bro.
It's basically like a 2-hour cinematography reel.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
It's like the biggest backhanded compliment you could give.
Yeah, like it's like beautiful shots and stuff, but I don't know. And there is something... Yeah, literally.
Oh, these poor people.
Terrence Malick.
Yeah.
But it's got some A-list stars in it. Brad Pitt, Jessica Chastain.
Really?
I think Will Powder was one of the kids in
Okay.
it as well. Yeah, like it's beautifully shot and stuff, but I don't know, it doesn't, like, there's not much dialogue in it or anything like that. It follows this family in the, I can't remember what time period it is, maybe like the 60s or 70s. When tragedy strikes their family, but then it sort of goes back and forwards in time.
Okay.
Like, it literally is following them at the start, their family in this tragedy, and then it goes back to like the dinosaurs.
What?
Like, what? And then it just comes back to the present. You're like, okay. Like, there's no correlation, but I think it's supposed to be like a passage through time and showing what's called the Tree of Life. So it's showing the whole overall. So there is something moving and profound about
You're
it.
in this artistic phase. It's
I had to watch it in 2 parts because I just got a bit bored.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-hour cinematography reel. Good.
Yes. So I think I gave that one like 3 stars, maybe even 2.5.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Another terrible movie, Godzilla vs. Kong. Oh my God. There was not a single thing I liked about this movie.
Gosh. Oh, Austin.
I gave it 1.5 stars.
I cannot
wait, did Austin
to see
like
the
it?
day Austin. No, I guarantee you when
5
Austin
stars.
is going to be 5-star. Mate, he gave the previous one a 5-star.
Dude, okay, so you know I always crap on The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
But you know how that movie, like, it's so fast paced.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, but not in a good way. Like, it's just like a montage.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean.
It just like goes from bit to bit to bit, and you're like,
yep.
"Oh, slow down." Like, I want some scenes where I'm like, the characters are like actually interacting. It's like that. So just things are happening, and you're like, whoa. Like, and like the cinematography was bad. Like, it was distractingly bad. Like, there would just be shots where like everyone loves a good bokeh, a pretty bokeh.
Yeah.
But there are certain shots where the depth of field is like 1.8, and like it's like distracting. Like, it's like hurting your eyes. Like, what the heck? Like, I don't know, it's just weird, and like just the way
is a
it cut together.
bokeh when the background
It's blurry,
is
but you
blurry,
get
but like
different
circle.
lenses
Yeah,
give you
sure.
nice shapes. But this, like, it was distractingly bad for some reason.
Nice.
Just the way the shots cut
Well,
together,
not nice,
and like,
but yeah.
even just some of the performances and lines, like they really spoon
Is
fed the
Millie Bobby
audience.
Brown in this
No,
one? Oh, that's why it's
they really spoon fed the audience. There were certain lines and moments where I'm like, why did that have to be there? And like they try to do like the comedic whips, but they're really not funny.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. But Dan, it's about the monster battles.
Oh, but even those were bad.
Oh,
So
cannot wait to
yeah,
see
they weren't
Austin's
entertaining
review on this.
whatsoever, and it's like basically just the repeated beats of the first Godzilla vs Kong, which, you know what, I actually enjoyed, because it's like you get what you pay for. But this movie was like that, but even worse.
I'm actually going to go see it, I think, next week, maybe.
Go watch it if you dare. But
I will, just because I have a lot of movies that I missed. I wanted to see Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney, but I never got around to that.
is that the one when she's a nun?
Yeah. There's been a lot
that did
of...
look interesting.
You know what? I listened to a podcast. I have so much more respect for Sydney Sweeney, because I've said on this podcast before, I don't think she's the best actor at the moment. I think she will be. More experienced. But hearing her... I listened to her. I think she was on Happy Sad Confused or one of the podcasts, and hearing how much input and stuff, and she's really crafted her own way into this industry.
I think she needs to go the Robert Pattinson route, which is like, you know how he started off as the Twilight guy?
Yeah.
He knew he could be in something a little bit performance intensive, and then he did all the indie films and stuff. I think she would benefit.
Well, here's the thing. I have more respect for her because I didn't realize how much hand she has in her films. Like, she's a producer on... She basically... The Immaculate... Do you know how that story came about? No. So basically, it was an audition that she had when she was younger, like way before Euphoria and stuff like that, and it really stuck with her, but she didn't get the role. So now she eventually gained all this fame and stuff like that. She ended up buying the script and changing it a bit and becoming the producer, hiring her own director, and stuff like this. And it was really, really interesting and actually inspiring to hear how much hand she has in all of her movies. I think she's awesome. I have a totally newfound respect for Sydney Sweeney. But I wanted to see Immaculate, and I missed out on that. And just I've been so busy with work and other stuff, I haven't been going to the movies a lot. But Godzilla and Kong, I think I'm going to get around to next week. Even just, I know it's shit, but yeah. Anyways. What did you give that by any chance?
1.5. Yeah, I really didn't like it at all. I watched Monkey Man. Did you see that?
I have seen it.
Did you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I feel like it sort of... Like they sort of have little nods to like John Wick and other similar action movies, but I think it stands on its own quite well.
There was quite enough action actually.
You don't?
Nah.
Really?
No, for what it was advertised to be, they basically gave away all the fights.
But I like that it was a little bit more story based than something like John Wick.
Okay.
Because I sort of liked how it showed that divide between the different socioeconomic classes and things.
Yeah,
like
I get that. I don't think I connected with it as much. I think there was a big culture thing that I couldn't just grasp my head around.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I just I could I liked it. I gave it 3.5, same as you. Thought it was great. I thought it was great for his fucking debut.
Oh yeah.
And have you heard the stories like going along with that? How he like broke his hand like a week into production, had to act the rest of the film with one hand and do all the action scenes with one hand.
Oh yeah, didn't he modify the scenes to like work around?
Yes,
that? That's
he
pretty
did.
sick. Yeah.
And like he had limited time to do the whole movie or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's inspiring. Again, all these kind of young actors and actresses really making a dent in the industry.
I actually, one scene that really stuck out to me in that film was the flashback scene when you like, the full flashback scene where you see what happened to him when he was young.
Yeah.
Dude, those actors, like the mother and the child, I don't know, that really, and then can I spoil?
No, it's fairly new.
Okay, do you remember that certain moment when the two characters make eye contact?
Yeah, in the floorboards.
Yeah, dude, like that got me. Emotional. That hit me, man, because it was like that loss of innocence moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I felt that like
Fantastic.
so deeply, and I was like, "Whoa, that's like impactful."
Crazy. I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
Yeah, no. So I gave that 3.5 stars.
Same.
So yeah,
brilliant.
I love how I'm like, this movie was great. 2 stars.
I know, man.
No, but there was actually a movie I watched that I really, really, really liked. Oh, quickly,
yes.
Zone of Interest I saw with Indy and another friend Ellis.
Nice.
That was really good.
Yeah.
It's set in World War II.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, that's why I love it. It's set in World War II and it follows this Nazi family that like live in this really nice place right outside of Auschwitz. It was getting Oscar buzz.
Yeah, you got Oscar nominated.
Yeah, for best sound design.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main reasons for that is because the sound is so well integrated into the impact of the story, in the sense that like you'll be watching.
It won, didn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
You'll be watching these people, inside the house, just having like a nice conversation in the garden, like, oh, lovely flowers and stuff. And then in the background, you can just hear like gunshots and people like screaming and stuff.
Yeah,
it makes you think like, well, like the divide between how people were living at this time.
Can I just ask you a question? Is that a conversation you have with your family like often? Like you're at the dinner table, like, oh, lovely flowers. Is that how your normal dinner conversations go?
No, what are you talking about?
That's what you just said. They'll be inside having a conversation. Oh, lovely flowers. I'm just curious as to how that conversation really goes.
There's a scene where people are outside admiring the garden in this house.
Oh, lovely flowers.
Shut up, bro. But no, the way it's shot is really unique as well because it feels like documentary style, which really places you into it. But it's kind of a fusion between fact and fiction because it's like obviously real events and stuff. I'm not sure if the actual characters themselves in it are real life people or like sort of fictional. But like performances were amazing. And the way they filmed it is I'm pretty sure they had like 10 cameras that they placed around the house. And then the crew, like the director and stuff, were downstairs in the basement. And they sort of just had the actors like, sort of kind of live their everyday lives and really get into
That's insane.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Yeah, I know, right? I have to look into the full behind the scenes of how they did it because I'm really curious. But it really pays off. Like you really feel like you're there.
Amazing.
So I gave that one 4 stars.
Good stuff. Really good. Invincible, you've watched?
I have not yet.
But
I did finish Gen V.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Good. It's very X-Men vibes, like superheroes at a school kind of thing, and like your kind versus our kind of thing.
Yep.
No, but I enjoyed it in the context of the world of The Boys. And then final movie that I want to talk about, which I watched a couple nights ago, Civil War, the new.
I'm gonna see that as well next week.
Yeah, so it's the most expensive A24 film.
Really?
I think it was an $80 million budget, and it's directed by Alex Garland, who it's his final film as director, but he's done Ex Machina, Annihilation, Men, and this is his 4th film. The first 2 are some of my favorite films.
Nice.
I haven't seen Men yet. I heard it wasn't as great though, but I can say that Civil War just proves that this man is a genius. I think certain people, they might have they might go into it expecting it to be one thing, but it's another. And I think for some people that's going to be a bad thing, because I think right now we're at a time of political unrest, really. And I think a lot of people are looking for answers and, you know, commentary on that kind of thing. And this, I think they wanted this film to be that, because it's called Civil War and stuff, which is fair enough. But it's not really that. It's more a road trip movie about like a group of journalists that they are trying to get a story as America is in a civil war and the states are fighting against each other. They're on a road trip to go and see the president of the United States to have an interview with him.
Wow.
Before he gets
nice
killed,
premise.
basically. Yeah.
Shit.
It's a good, and like because I thought it was going to be more of a political thing, and it ended up being like very character based. Like
That's awesome.
It's about these
Yeah.
journalists, and it really shows you the impact of like capturing those moments within a war. Like, because it shows them how they take the photos of these like atrocities that are happening and how you have to deal with that emotionally and all that stuff. And I just found that theme really resonated with me, and I really felt what the characters are feeling. You know, Kirsten Dunst is the lead and she's amazing. And
apparently, what's her called? What's her husband's name? The one that's in Jesse Plemons.
are they married?
I'm pretty sure. Let me just.
Yeah, he's in it for like 10 minutes, but his scene, he
Yeah.
steals the show. He's phenomenal. And he always sort of plays those characters that are slightly unhinged, but he's so good at it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I
Kirsten
didn't know
Dunst.
that.
Yeah,
Cool.
well, it was supposed to be somebody else, and then they dropped out.
Oh,
And
well, I'm
then
glad
they
he
brought
did it
him
because
in,
he
like
was...
the day before or
Oh,
something
dude,
like that.
he smashed it.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and then like the cinematography is beautiful. Like there was one scene in particular where they're driving through a forest that's burning down, and I literally said like "wow" out loud, like because some of the shots are just beautiful.
Does it feel A24?
Yeah, but
No.
it's also like its own unique thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
cool.
And yeah, like there were several moments where I teared up just because it was just
Wow.
impactful and just
Fantastic.
beautiful movie. It's not going to be for everyone, but for me, it just resonated really deeply. And so for that reason, I gave it 5 stars.
Wow. So it's better than Dune 2.
I just think it's such a hard comparison. They're such different movies. Both are kind of spectacles, but in different ways. You know what I mean?
But this one resonated with you more. It's as easy as that.
And
yeah.
for me, I've told you this before, but the difference between a 4.5 star and a 5-star movie for me is that it's just more acquired to my
Your
taste,
taste.
and what resonates with me.
100%.
But obviously, I adore Dune too. But
yeah, cool.
Yeah. So yeah. 5
Great.
stars.
Great little wrap up there. Well, little.
Yeah.
Big wrap up. That's fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
glad you got through all of that. Let's try do
yours.
mine. I think I'll start with the TV shows.
Yes.
So I don't know if I talked about this. I watched Reacher, like both
yeah.
two seasons
Yeah, I
of
want to
Reacher.
get around to that. Yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden became one of my top TV shows of all time.
Yeah, nice.
It was out of nowhere. It just blew me away. I don't know. I just loved it. There's no really explanation about it. Yeah, it's gone to equal second of all time with How I Met Your Mother and Ted Lasso.
Nice.
It was incredible. I think it was just that sometimes there is stuff that you just can't explain why you like it. And I loved it. I thought Alan Richardson was amazing. I thought the stories were very intriguing. The pilot drew me in, and these shows have to have a good pilot. There was a show I watched recently where, The Gentleman, right? They had a really good pilot, but that kind of went downhill after a while. This one had a really good pilot and set up all these mysteries, and I wasn't expecting it to draw me in like it did. Combined with fantastic action and amazing acting and writing, really took me by surprise, and I loved it. Fantastic. That was amazing. I binged both seasons pretty quick.
Have you watched the Tom Cruise movies or read the books?
I had to watch one for work, but it wasn't interesting enough, so I sped through it.
Yeah. I think that was a miscast to cast Tom Cruise, but Alan Richardson seems so much better.
Dude. And he is just, what a human, man.
Yeah.
Like, he is fucking, number one,
He's a force.
massive.
Yeah.
Number two, he's a great guy. And like, watching.
Do you know him?
Yeah, man. We go way back. We were having a beer actually the other week, and it was right after he did this interview with, I don't know who it was, GQ or whatever. And in that interview, he was telling me, but I also watched it. He was like, campaigning, and he still is, for the role of Bruce Wayne in James Gunn's universe, I think he would nail it.
He would. The only thing that, honestly, I'm like, is the fact that he has blonde hair. That's literally.
But they could dye it. Yeah, he'd dye it.
But I think he'd be a pretty good.
Oh, fantastic! I watched him in Titans. I watched the Teen Titans live action.
Sorry, have they cast for James Gunn's
Batman?
Yeah.
Nah, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Oh, hopefully that's it then. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I watched him. He was in Titans, which was from the old DC universe, the live action adaptation.
Wait, who was in Titans?
Alan Richardson was Hawk. From Hawk and Dove, and he was fantastic in that.
Yeah,
it's just it took him. He was Aquaman in Smallville, I'm pretty sure, as well.
Damn, so he's got all these random.
He's got
DC
all these
roles.
random little DC nods, and he's just fantastic. And I think he's really grown into his own,
nice.
putting his stamp on things. And he's in the new, what's it called, Guy Ritchie movie. There's something Ungentlemanly Warfare or some shit.
Oh yeah.
That one that's coming out, he's in that as well. But yeah, and they've just they've finished shooting season 3 for Reacher, and season 4's got confirmed as well. So it's doing bits on Amazon, and rightfully so. Fantastic show. Go watch it. Amazing. Another thing that I wanted to watch for a while, and that I kind of switched over, went from Amazon show to another Amazon show, was Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Donald Glover and I don't know what the actress's name is. It started off really good ish.
Okay.
Yeah, last year. It's started off really good, then kind of got boring, and I'm like, well, I'm here and I have to kind of stick through it now to the end. The ending was cool. It was. We don't really know what happened at the. Oh, well, spoiler. Don't really know what happened at the end. So I guess they're making another one, and I guess I'll watch it. It was interesting enough. Just kind of got bored. It was, you're kind of like not hero of the week, villain of the week kind of episodic show, which some people may like, but you know what? It was all right. Those are the two shows I kind of watched. I started rewatching Legend of Korra, which is the sequel show to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, this is a sequel show.
Yeah.
Is it like a spin-off?
Yeah. No. It's the next Avatar in the cycle after Aang.
Oh, I didn't realize that's a thing. I've
No,
never
it
seen
is.
it, so I don't know.
It is. Well, you got to get onto that,
So
mate.
they
I feel like you would appreciate it.
Okay, so there are different generational.
Yes. Well, there's only been two TV series that they've made, kind of.
No, but in the canon of the show.
Right. No, there's been heaps of avatars, but the ones that they've concentrated on is Aang and Korra.
Do they say what number Aang is?
I'm sure they do. But not that I can remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There must have been another show. Oh, I've been watching Fallout.
Oh, Lockie was begging me to watch that yesterday.
Fantastic.
It was good?
Yeah, it's great. I haven't finished it. I think I'm about 4 or 5 eps in. Walter Goggins.
Tell Lockie that you watched it, because he was like, I need to talk.
Yeah, well, I was waiting until I finished it.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm watching it every time I have a spare moment, and it's great.
Nice.
Fantastic. Great acting. I don't know anything about the game, so I find these shows about the games, because they already have a set narrative.
Yeah.
These are the ones that have better stories, like The Last of Us, and this one as well.
Hang on. Did you just say The Last of Us show has a better story than the game?
Well, no, that's not what I said. I said these shows that have games already have better storylines than other shows that are not based off games.
Oh right, okay, yeah. Well, they have the source material to go.
Yes, exactly, and that's what I find. I'm loving it. I don't know anything about the source material.
Yeah.
So,
but it's funny because they've had so many misses as well.
Yeah.
Like so many video game adaptations that have just failed.
For Fallout.
No, for just in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%. But now I think these big budget production companies are, finding these and taking it and making it on their own and getting more experience and seeing how people do it.
What do you think the reason is that it's changed recently?
I think I just think they're kind of. I think The Last of Us set a good standard, and seeing how that kind of went and the way that they went about that, and I don't know, just over time things change, and I think back in the day things were very much all for commercial success, whereas now they're letting more directors have the imprint on it. Like you got what's his name, Jonathan Nolan, show running Fallout, like a distinctive name like that instead of getting your generico, director and stuff. And
but I guess you can also say this about superhero movies. There was a period of time, like early 2000s and stuff, like there were some good ones there for sure, like, you know, the original Spider-Man trilogy and stuff, but there were a lot that were just crap.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it really like came together with the MCU.
Yeah,
they really just found like a machine that worked.
100%. And then people take that formula and run with it.
Yeah,
and
so I feel like that's what they're coming into with video games.
Exactly, 100%. I think video game movies still have a bit to go. I think
it seems to be like the TV shows have struck the right chord.
Yeah, and because you have more time to tell a story, and if you're trying to, you know, cram a whole game into 1 2 hour, 3 hour piece, you're not going to have that kind of freedom, I guess.
And another thing with that is probably now that TV shows are allowed to have bigger budgets.
Oh yeah,
because
1,000%.
Back in the day, they probably weren't allowed to have as big budgets for TV shows, so they kept trying with movies. But it seems like it's 100%. Changed recently.
That's 100%, and you're seeing some, like for example, the Lord of the Rings show.
Exactly.
Have like each episode costing $100 million or whatever fucking stupid amount it was.
That was a bit. No one really talked about
that. Did it's still getting a season 2 or whatnot. But who was another show that's really killing it? This is non-video games. It's the Japanese one on
Shogun.
Yeah,
everyone's
I've been
about
recommended that, and that's my next show after Fallout. That's being, you know, compared to Game of Thrones and stuff like that.
Okay. I'll have to get to it.
Yeah. Sweet. Movies. Now I can't remember actually where we left off in terms of what I talked about, but I guess I'm gonna just speed run through them. I saw actually wait. No, let's change that to when added newest first. All right. Roadhouse.
Yeah.
With Jake Gyllenhaal, Conor McGregor. People are hating on it, man. I thought it was a bit of fun. It's not the greatest movie ever made, but is Conor McGregor going to win an Oscar? Yes. I thought it was all right. 3.5. Good little action movie. You don't have to think too hard about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm switching my brain off. It's not the best action movie ever made, and it's not the worst. You know, there has its moments where.
I heard the writing wasn't great though.
No, it's not. But you know what? I enjoyed it, and I think it was one of those movies where
it's an action movie.
Yeah, it's an action movie. You know, it was better than The Grey Man, at least.
Wow.
Anyways, so yeah, I thought Conor McGregor did all right. I mean, for what it is, you kind of go into it, you're not expecting an A-class performance. Jake Gyllenhaal was good. Yeah, it was just an all right movie. So Ricky Stenicki.
Oh yeah.
What did I say? I said felt like half a movie, so it gets half a full rating, so 2.5. There was randomly really important plot points that were set up and never touched on again, and the ending felt quite rushed, although a half decent, enjoyable film. Acting all around was alright. Zac Efron, John Cena. I was actually a bit disappointed with that. I was looking forward to watching it, but they were both from Amazon. Then I watched Kung Fu Panda 4.
Oh yeah, how was it?
We're up to 4 now. My review was just $3, massive cash grab.
Yeah.
I've just thought they literally just copy and pasted what worked from other movies in terms of the villains and put them in this movie in a different way, and like there was no originality of it. I was very disappointed with that as well. And then that got me thinking, and I'm like, I swear I've recently watched these Kung Fu Panda films and enjoyed them. And I'm like, this, because it felt very childish. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm not liking this because I'm not the target audience, or it's just a pure crash grab because apparently all the other people are loving it. Oh, kids. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, but kids love everything.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, I swear I've watched these other Kung Fu Pandas and felt more heart, more effort, more everything. And this just felt like a lazy cash grab.
Well, maybe go back and watch.
Yeah, maybe I will. I swear I've watched them recently and I actually quite liked them. But yeah, this one wasn't too great. Monkey Man, I've already touched on that. 3.5. Me and Sarah actually went to this rock climbing film festival.
Oh.
Yeah, random, right? One of Sarah's best mates, her boyfriend, does rock climbing as a job, right? Anyways, they host this thing like once a year called Real Rock. Shout out Real Rock. It was a really well-run event. Yeah, I was fucking random,
rock, in fact, real?
The Rock, real as in REEL.
Oh.
Yeah. Real Rock, baby.
I like that.
But they had 3 short films, which were 4 different short films with 4 different stories of people, doing various things rock climbing wise. I thought it was a fantastic night. And there was one short film at the very end called Climbing Never Die. And it was 38 minutes, and I actually gave it 5 out of 5 for a short film.
38 minutes.
This was the thing of it, the synopsis. So, climbing journalist Matt Groom journeys deep into war-torn Ukraine to discover a community held together by climbing and patriotism, but indelibly changed by war. So, like, followed. It was real life. Like, it was a mini documentary. That's what all these were. They weren't fiction. They were all non-fiction.
Yeah, right.
And it was about this journalist who, for the longest time, all he did was, commentate on these like rock climbing events, Olympic qualifiers. And then he met somebody at this rock climbing world qualifier, and he was like the champion of Ukraine. And this guy was going to go back home and help out or whatnot. So he followed him back home, and he meets different people along the way, and he meets this little girl who's training to. This is all whilst the war is happening in Ukraine. This how these rock climbing gyms are still up and running, and somewhat trying to live a normal life. And he meets this little girl, who's, like I said, training for one of these qualifiers. And her father is on the front line in Ukraine, in the war or whatever. Anyways, she records a video to him, and kind of for the dad, and the movie kind of takes a different route, where now the basis of the film is for him to get this message from the girl to the front lines of Ukraine, to the father, who I won't kind of spoil it if you want to go watch it, but he then delves deep into the Ukraine war, like to the dangerous parts, where even in like literally right near the front line where Ukraine are bordering Russia, there are little gyms, rock climbing gyms in hiding that are still operational in the very deep depths of bunkers, where these kids are still trying to live, no electricity, no nothing, climbing. And it was a incredible story, and I don't think will be seen if you're not looking for it. So definitely go watch it. Climbing Never Die is what it's
awesome.
called, and really moved me and really put into perspective. That I think there was I can't remember if it was from this movie or another one there, but really stuck in me, because leading up to that, I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money for this movie coming up, right?
Yeah.
And it really put into perspective, that some people won't get to live out their dreams, or, really trying to get to that point where they're going to be able to make it. And, you only get one chance at this. And I came out of that kind of feeling better about myself, and like, damn, I'm ready to do whatever for this dream. And, seeing these guys chasing theirs in the most dire circumstances was really inspiring. So go watch it. Climbing Never Die. The last one that I saw yesterday was Challenges, the new movie with Zendaya. And she was actually at my work the other week. I said to you guys in the room next to me, I didn't really get to go see her, but as she was exiting, I tried to catch a peek and go out of the office and try to see her, but I only caught a look at her makeup and hairstyle artist, because she brings a whole entourage around with her wherever she goes. But yeah, she was here doing press for Challenges, and I went and saw it yesterday by myself. And I thought it was fantastic. The director, I'm sure you know him, Luca Guadagnino.
Oh,
he did Bones and All.
Yeah.
And
did he do Call Me By Your Name?
yes, and Call Me By Your Name.
He's good. Yeah.
So I've never seen any of his films, and I don't know, this movie blew me away. Like the structure of it, it's easy to get caught up with Zendaya, of course, in the film, but the structure of the film really blew me away, like going back and forth in time, and beautifully structured. That was my main point. It was beautifully structured, amazingly written. Like I didn't even think twice that I was watching a film. I felt like I was watching like a recount of somebody's story. The acting was fantastic. My only knock on it is the end was a bit ambiguous, and I usually like those ambiguous endings, and maybe it'll take me a while to kind of earn that extra half star, but I gave it 4.5 stars.
Ooh, I might have to watch it.
It really it really made me want to play tennis again. I mean, I've only played tennis like with my mates or whatever, but it was fantastic, and it was just very artistic, and Zendaya just hits it out of the park. I don't know a miss that Zendaya has done. in the most recent
trying to
future?
think.
Can
No,
you
she's
can you
been-
think of one?
Not really. She's pretty good.
Let's see her
Pretty
most
consistent.
recent filmography. All right, Dune. No, that's good. Spider-Man, all the Spider-Mans. Nah, The Greatest Showman, fantastic. Malcolm and Marie, cool.
Yeah.
She voiced Lola Bunny in Space Jam. Okay, that was a fucking miss. That was
That's not
dog
her
shit.
fault.
No, exactly. You know, it did make me want to rewatch Malcolm and Marie though.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
only seen it once back in the day,
Might be
and
time to rewatch.
I think it's time to rewatch.
Did you
but
give Malcolm and Marie 5 stars?
yeah, that's my second favorite movie of all time. Yeah. So I really want to rewatch that, and I'm an even bigger Zendaya fan now. I think she's incredible. So happy days. That is the
Lovely.
wrap up of the week, and now we move on to the progress a
Oh
bit later
my
in the
Lord.
podcast. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
What
sure.
the hell has been happening?
What the hell? All right. So, oh man, everything that I already touched on before. So, my film, post-production, picture lock.
Yes.
I've pretty much like said everything there is to say about
Have you
it.
been working on it constantly?
No, so here's the thing. Like, I work on it every couple of days because, like, I'll tweak a few things and then I'm like, all right, I want space so
Yep.
that I can look at it in a few days with a refreshed
Yep.
mind, and then you can sort of see the flaws within it. And it's just like little tweaks, you know, taking out a few frames here and there, rearranging things. I've sort of had to piece certain bits in different and do a few clever things. For example, one thing I was proud of is that there was a certain moment between. So there's the scene in the shed where like she finds out that he's a creature, and then you've got the next scene where like she confronts him in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So you've got like the build up and then the climactic scene. But I sort of needed a moment in between that where we see her kind of reaction to it. But I didn't have that. And I was like, it's one of those things where like on script it looks like it's fine.
Yeah.
But then when you watch it in the edit, you're like, oh, I feel like I need that beat there.
Yeah, for sure.
And this happens a lot, and I think that's why it's important to always get footage as much as you can. Like when you're in a rush, you sometimes miss these things, but just get footage of your actors like reacting to things and like,
Very important.
you know what I mean? Things like that.
To
'Cause
fill
you
in
never,
the gaps.
you never know
I had a
when-
couple of those instances on Ozma.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had quite a few B-roll shots that I could just slide in.
Yeah. So here's what I did to fix
Oh, here we
that
go.
error that I had.
Yeah.
So there's the part where like I don't know if you remember, or I don't know, you probably haven't even seen the footage because you were out
I've
of the
seen
room.
no footage because.
So,
Oh, is this the
yeah,
sex scene?
well, no.
Oh no.
So like there's a part where she's pinned against the wall and then he comes up to like confront her, right?
Yep.
And then she sort of like is scared, so she like moves her head
Yeah,
away from
that's
him,
right.
like towards the camera.
Yep.
And I had a few different takes of that, and then there's like one take that we obviously use when that moment happens.
Yep.
So what I did was, and there was another scene I needed, another section in between those two scenes that I mentioned earlier, where she's lying down.
I farted. I'm so sorry. It's gonna stink. Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to break your flow there, man.
That's all right. So basically I needed her reacting when she's lying down in the bed.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Yep.
her scared.
Yes.
But I
Okay,
didn't
yep.
have that.
Okay.
But I had this footage of her like on the wall, like scared, and I had a couple different takes of that.
Yep.
So what I did was I grabbed a different take to the one I was using. I flipped the footage so it looks like she's
Oh,
lying
wow.
down.
That's fantastic.
And I put it in, and it actually like works really
Wow,
well. So
look at
just
you go.
little things like
I
that
love
that you
that
have
shit.
to you have
Yeah,
to brainstorm
fantastic.
and think of ways around it. And it works
That's
really
great.
well. So.
Me and Lockie had that another situation like that on my first film, where there was like this VFX shot that we needed to do, and the magicians just couldn't do it on the day, so I had to step in, and we didn't know how we were gonna do this like little magic trick, and we ended up using the same footage, masking one of the cards on one of the other cards, slicing it in between,
Yeah.
getting it, bro. The
Yeah.
ingenuity of indie filmmaking is crazy
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly
so
right.
I respect that.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So finally now I feel like I've gotten it to a place. And one of my mates who works for ILM did a little bit of VFX stuff for me because I
Oh,
took
really?
out that prosthetic shot, but he cleaned it up and made it look better, so I put it back in.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's coming together. It's looking
Special
nice.
thanks to ILM in the credits.
Yes, well, not them particularly. My mate Mickey
Yeah, nice.
Puglisi is his name.
Nice.
Legend.
He works for ILM.
Do you know him?
He went to OQ?
No.
No? Okay,
No,
maybe
he
I
went to
don't.
my school,
I know
St. Pat's.
Puglisi. I know their last name.
Yeah, there's probably a few of them.
Okay, cool.
Sicilians.
Fair.
So yeah, he helped me out with that. And yeah, it's really shaping up now.
Nice.
Just got to get the sound design and all that stuff done. And yeah, as I mentioned before. But yeah.
Are you liking it? Because I remember you weren't sure last time when we were talking.
Yeah, look, a few people have asked me that. I feel like it's really gonna. I need to like have it finished, and then sort of take a bit of time not looking at it, and then look at it to decide whether I like it or not, basically.
Fair.
Because when you're looking at it all the time and you're tweaking it, you just sort of forget whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think
creative dysmorphia.
I think it's definitely like I don't know if it's the best film I've done, but I also do.
What do you think the best film is?
I don't know. Like, I'm really fond of my first film that I did at film school, just because.
Caliber?
No, it's called Nightlight. It's on my website, but I don't know.
Little plug there.
Like, there are technical errors in it, but it's just there's something about it that's beautiful. Like the
surely this is the best looking.
Yeah, but then even then, I don't know. Like, there are just moments in my other films that I'm really
Fair
fond
enough.
of. Certain shots that are really beautiful.
That's
And I feel like each of my films are good in a different way, and I think this one definitely has the most fleshed out character.
Yep.
I'd say the writing in this one is the best, obviously, because Anya wrote it.
Yes. Has Anya had any input on the post yet? Or has she seen anything?
No. Oh, I've showed her a few, like the knife being taken out bit, because I was like, oh, this is cool. She's like, whoa, that's so cool.
Whoa, dude, crazy.
In an English accent. That's amazing.
That's amazing. Right, chap.
But yeah, no, other than that, yeah, so it's all coming together. So that's the film. So,
Great.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Give you updates on that as we go.
Can't wait to see, mate.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then the music video. Oh yeah, so actually something I wanted to be transparent about when it comes to the music video is the fact that I've sort of been directing films for, let's say, 6 years since I was 18. It's been longer than that, really, but like, you know, I like to say I've been working in this industry since I was 18, because that's when I started putting myself out there and freelancing and stuff. And this is the first time that I've actually been paid to direct something. So
fantastic,
it's
man.
taken me
we fucking love that
6 years to get to that point, and
yeah,
it just, you know, it's like a reminder that like it takes time to get to that place, but it's also a really good feeling because it feels like I've hit a certain milestone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then it makes me think, you know, what can happen in the next 6 years? So
I love that.
Yeah, I'm very happy right now.
So I'm going to question and break your happiness.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to break your happiness. But with this music video, right, do you think, and this is just a pure question, I want your view on it.
Yeah.
Do you think it will be another chance to fall into the commercial side of filmmaking, and is that the route that you want to go down?
Well, like the thing is with directing, it's like I don't just want to be directing films exclusively.
Fantastic.
Like,
cool.
that's
Fair.
that would be my favorite thing to
Amazing.
direct, but I would still love to direct commercials, music videos, anything.
Amazing.
That's
the answer. Yeah, cool.
Because the thing is, like,
I thought you were films and only films.
No. Because
awesome.
you got to be realistic. Like, to make a living as a director, you're gonna have to, especially earlier on, like, unless you're at a point where you're like Steven Spielberg or whatever, you're gonna have to direct stuff that's not just movies if you want to make a living. And I'm happy with that. I just like directing, so I don't care what it is.
Love it, mate. How's the preparation for that? How's that differing from kind of?
We're still early stages now. We're still a few months out, but Natalia's really good. Like, she's actually JMC alumni.
Oh yeah, nice. Cool.
She's a bit younger. She's 21.
Okay.
So, but yeah, she's getting a bunch of her friends from JMC and stuff on the film as well.
Right. Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, no, she's all over it. Like, she sent me mood boards. She sent me the demo of the song. Like, and we had a meeting the other day where we just sort of mapped out like what we want the story to be. So we have all the lyrics, and then I've written like what I want to see on screen next to it. And then had a chat with David, so he knows what it's about. She sent me a bunch.
David will make it look $1 million.
Oh yeah. And it's really up his alley as well. That he's shot a lot of stuff like that, exterior, handheld kind of stuff.
Yep, nice.
So, I mean, there's a reason why she wanted him initially, because she's looked at his work and she's
amazing.
like, that'll be good.
Did she know that you'd worked with him?
Yeah, because she looked at my stuff.
Nice.
I think she went on my Instagram and saw like Baron and realized that I'd worked with him.
Great.
And then she must have looked at his work and been
awesome.
like, oh, he'd
yeah,
be
nice.
And
how do you? Oh yeah, you worked with her on Idol. That's how you met.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, networking and stuff.
Fantastic,
and then there's a few people that are. Jackson's crewing on it. Jackson Saunders.
Oh, Saunders. Yeah.
So
what's he doing? Boom. Lighting. What are we saying
again? I can't remember now. Something in camera or lighting, I think.
Cool.
But
awesome.
Dude, have you seen his photos on Instagram?
Yeah,
like
fantastic.
The band ones?
Yep,
so
I sure
good.
have. He's great, man.
He's so good.
Fantastic. He messaged me the other day about something. I was about insurance. Everybody asks me about insurance, man.
Indy was
I'm like
asking me
the
about that
insurance
too.
man. Everybody comes to me asking what I did for Ozma.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's that liability insurance, right? I
Yeah,
feel like we've
yeah,
all got
yeah.
the same one. Hey?
Yeah, Marsh Entertainment.
And I
Yeah,
remember I asked Lexi about that. I'm like, what does it cover? She's like, I actually don't know.
I don't know either, man.
Yeah.
Lexi just told me, and that's how I know.
Jack
so.
got that one as well. So
Brilliant.
everyone gets it. It's the
Good
standard.
stuff. Yeah. What else has been happening, man?
Yeah, so that covers the music video.
Yeah.
Let me just check my notes.
That's actually really impressive. That must be a good feeling, getting paid
It
for
is a good
directing,
feeling.
man.
It is a good feeling. It
Yeah,
is.
I'd love to be paid to direct someone's short film. That'd be fantastic.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, this action film that I'm ADing on, I'm getting paid for that, so that's pretty cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'd love to get paid to AD as well. I just don't know enough people, I don't think.
Oh, I mean, there's no reason you couldn't get to that point.
No, 100%.
Lots of other people
Oh,
do
honestly,
But the thing is, like, I feel like you have your job and that's your safety net.
yes, yeah.
I don't
that
think
is true.
you
That's
push
true.
to actually get like
No.
paid on
No,
set.
no, I
and stuff.
don't. No, not at all. I also don't push to go really outside of what I think I want to do, which is short films and directing. I don't
Yeah.
see the point of going, and I will AD for anybody that asks me and that I know.
Yeah.
But I don't see the point going and, ADing on something I don't see worthwhile.
Yeah, and that's sort of why I'm trying to channel in on directing.
Yes, I think that's
Specialise
fantastic
on
what
that.
you're doing, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
and I feel like now, see, I'm at this point now where it's starting to pay off, but it is slow work. So it's like, you've got to make ends meet at the same time, pay the bills, and that's why I'm
Course,
like,
mate.
I don't have like a full-time job or
Yes.
anything, and like I do.
It's different for us. Yeah,
It's
for
hard
sure,
because it's
man.
like I need the regular income, but then if I have like a full-time job, yeah, I don't have that flexibility.
No, of course, man.
And-
I'm in a really lucky position, and I'm not taking it for granted. And I really respect people like you who grind for the ends meet and still are trying to do what I'm trying to do.
Well, now I'm at a point where I'm like, do I keep pushing harder to get like freelance work, like a
Yep.
bit here, a bit there, that's
Mhm.
not really going to cover everything financially, or do I just get a full-time job and
Mm.
accept that I'm not going to have time to do the things I want to do? Like and that
Yeah.
doesn't work either. Like it's hard.
It's hard,
I'm in that
man.
middle ground
For
but-
sure.
And I only have the luxury to do these things because I'm fortunate enough to be living with my parents
Same.
and stuff. There are so many people that just don't get this
Exactly.
opportunity, and it's like you can get to where you want to go
Yeah,
eventually,
for
but
sure.
it takes so much longer.
100%, man.
I feel like that's so much. It's so much a game of luck, right? Because
It is.
There's
There's
so many
luck in-
factors. Like
yeah,
think
man.
about people who are like, if you're a nepotism baby, right? You're literally born into the industry, and it's right there for you, right?
Yep.
And then you can take one step back and be like us. Okay, we're in a different country. You
Mhm.
never had any direct connections to the industry,
Yeah.
and that adds on an extra, bunch of years that it takes to establish yourself. And then it's like you could take another step back and put yourself in a position where you're not financially viable, so you have to be working full time.
Crazy, man.
You have less, like, you know what I mean?
I
there
know
are
what you mean. There are
and
steps.
and steps back.
We're
and it's
lucky
like,
we're not at.
we're
yeah.
lucky where we are.
For
We're not
sure,
we're
man.
not the luckiest we could be, but
No.
we're still pretty damn
We're still
lucky. you know what I
pretty
mean?
fucking lucky, man.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I get you.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you getting up there?
I'm trying to look at if there's not much else. I was
Doing some production company work. What are we saying?
Well, yeah, that was that. The reason I missed the last podcast, I just did a day of work with this production company called
Cool.
Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was like pre-production work. Like I got to look at directors' treatments and stuff.
Oh,
And
great.
yeah, like for commercials, like they're doing one for Uber, which one of my
Nice.
mentors is directing.
Really?
It's like a bunch of TV spots for Uber.
nice.
And just like the treatment, so there's like maybe 7 or 8 spots. And it's like an 80-page treatment. And
Wow.
like so detailed and like descriptive. And
I thought my treatments were good.
yeah, no, it's like, and it looks beautiful, like graphically speaking, and like
Right.
just seeing what I loved is like the amount of detail. Like as you're reading it, you can really picture it, and they use reference photos and animations and all this stuff. But also the voice that they have, because I thought like with the treatment they'd probably speak more formally, but they literally like it. The way you type it out and describe things is as if you're talking as a person.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you'll see something. Like people use brackets all the time and be like, oh, I'm trying to think of an example. But yeah, just the way they describe it's just very descriptive, very like written in a way that people would speak normally rather than like super formal.
Like
Do you know
first
what I mean?
person?
Yeah, in a way like I wanted this to look extra delicious. Brackets
Yeah.
like sizzling. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Just like it's really
cool.
descriptive and
I
just-
love that. Yeah. Awesome.
yeah.
Good stuff.
But yeah, no, that
Amazing.
was super insightful to see. And then it was really cool just working there because, like, for example, there was a moment where I sort of had a bit of a gap in between doing tasks.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the guys came over and he's like, hey, are you doing anything at the moment? I'm like, no, like, what can I do for you? And he's like, can you just do some research and get some reference images of like wizards and aliens? And I was like,
crazy.
Dude, it's sick to be in this position
That's
where you're literally
awesome.
like getting paid to look at photos of wizards and aliens. Like, this is where I want to be, you know?
Oh,
So,
cracker, man. You fuck, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. I swear you messaged me or you called me or something, and you had a little bit of another doubt moment the other week.
It's not a doubt as in where I want to be. Like,
Yeah. Not a doubt. You know what I'm talking about. But
No, it's just because I haven't had a lot of money coming in right now, and I'm
sure.
in that spot where I'm like, what do I do? Do I go back to videography, which I'm considering, or like?
And what are you feeling right now?
Well, I also chatted to Lockie about it last night.
Yeah.
He was saying like you could do like something like freelance real estate videography, where you could sort of set yourself up with a couple shoots per week, but you still have flexibility around that, which I think is actually like a decent idea. So
For sure, man.
if I can figure out a way that something like that, where I'm making an income, I'm flexible and I can still do my directing on the side, I think that would be pretty ideal.
Great.
So
Love it, mate. Good stuff. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Was that it for you?
Yeah. Let's talk about you now.
Alrighty, what can I give away? My progress. I'll leave most of it for when Taha comes on, but we are well ahead. I think the last time that I was on this podcast, I hadn't even finished the Bible, and now the Bible's
Your two
been,
Bibles.
Yeah,
Your 2 sections of the Bible.
Yeah. Which it's kind of like that. It's only it's basically like the introduction, the director's statement, and then the break, and then the rest of the Bible. So it's. But anyways, it still works. Bible was finished ages ago. Great. The final draft of the script, the people that I have showed it to, which I've only showed it to people who are confirmed to be on the set, or my parents.
Oh, so I'm not going to be on the set.
No. This is what I said. The confirmed people yet.
Right.
There's still spots, and I'll get to that in a second. So I've only sent it to people that have right now who I've only somewhat locked in. And also my parents as well. And the feedback on the final draft that we can't change. Oh, we can change, of course, but like everybody loves it, which has been fantastic. And I'm super happy with that. And again, it doesn't really matter if everybody loves this if people can see potential in it. So everybody who's kind of signed on to it has is pretty excited for it. I've since finishing the Bible, me and Connor we met up and had a meeting. He was super excited for it. We've locked.
Nice.
So he's locked in.
Nice.
The DP. I'll tell you the people who I've locked in at the moment. So first off, it is a very small crew.
That's good, bro.
Probably
That's
like
good.
15.
I think the next short I do is going to be really small.
It's very small. So it's literally like the people who I've locked in, and I'm so happy. The one thing I'm super happy about this, and also is most stressful, number one is that I'm able to pay most of the crew now, or the heads of departments. People that I've worked with a couple times, I'm now paying. So I've got Kieran locked in for sound. He's booming as well. That's why I'm trying to cut down on all of these crew. Kieran, sound. Mariah's come back for production design, which is fantastic. Connor's in for DOP. Trying to think. I think I've locked in a costume designer who is like a friend through Sarah. One of Sarah's best friends who's done production design in the past, and she wanted more experience. And anyways, so I got her on my set as costume designer. I think literally that's all I've locked in at the moment. I'm trying to think of who else. I've locked in Brooke for continuity.
Nice.
Sam's coming on as continuity shadow, which Brooke is really excited to,
Yeah, that'll be good.
She does lectures and teaches anyway.
Yeah,
so, but also Sam's going to be PA as well, just running around and stuff like that.
Is she?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo.
What?
Sam's on another set.
I was going to
Alex
ask you.
invited her to
Alex
your camera, your focus puller.
Yeah.
They got like talking or whatever,
Oh.
and now Sam's jumping on as sole continuity for Hayden's short film.
Which Hayden?
That was on yours.
Yeah. Oh, sick.
I'm like, dude, I'm so proud of her. That was it was fantastic hearing her.
Good.
So that's all thanks to you, mate.
That's all right. I was gonna say, like, has she been chasing up much?
Well,
trying to do like more set work.
I think, yeah. Well, I mean, she was actually hesitant. I actually advised her against doing it because I know how important continuity is. Whether or not it's from director to director. I just think that she should get more. I thought that she should get more kind of teachings rather than just Carlos, who was on your film. To do continuity because that was the first time, and I feel like she has more to learn from Anya, Brooke, whatever. But then again, she was just like, "Look, I'm going to take a chance on myself and learn on the job," and that's what I said. And then she kind of changed my mindset about it. And I mean, you know, Sam, she's very shy and stuff like that. And
I think as long as you've got a good attitude, you'll be okay.
And she will be okay with you making mistakes. Exactly. And you know, she took that leap, and fantastic for her.
Good on her.
So,
that's good.
Yeah, I think that's all I've locked in.
I've got to get her to meet Anya.
You do?
I think because I caught up with Anya for coffee a while back.
Yeah,
cool. I messaged Sam. I'm like, do you want to come with us? But
something didn't work out. Yeah, something with that. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there. But you definitely, I think Anya's a great person to talk to about all of that stuff, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm letting Connor sort out the camera department. I said that you've got yourself. I mentioned, you know, I've got Dan and Hattie ready to help out on the hand. I want you to.
I don't know if I want to be in camera.
What would you? Oh, I got Lucas as AD as well.
Would you need a second?
No.
Okay.
I don't. See, this is going to be really tough.
Honestly, I'd be happy to be PA.
Would you?
Yeah.
Like, because I know some people aren't like to.
No,
you know,
dude, I'd just be happy to be there.
Are you sure?
Okay, yeah, man.
Okay, well, if you're happy to do that, then I'll get you on.
Yeah.
That's fantastic then, because I was like, Connor's sorting out the camera department, and I think he's going to try and get a bunch of the boys that he's got last time.
Yeah.
But he's also said that he's worked with a whole bunch of other people that he wants to bring on.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyways, I'll tell you off the podcast. I was going to tell you something. But a part of that is why we're doing it a week earlier. Anyways, I'll tell you that off the pod. Cool. So once that was happened, we've done some location searching, and we're setting up. We set up the whole rundown from here till August when we're going to film. What we're going to do each month. So we have the house, and then we have the graveyard, which will be just outside whatever house we do. Yeah. We're thinking of shooting Blue Mountains.
Nice.
We've found a couple places that possibly could work. It's hard. It has to be small, wooden, like interior. Well, I was searching, and the place where we filmed for yours came up. I'm like, God, this is great. This fits it perfect. I'm like, oh my God, it is the exact place.
Are you gonna use it?
No, because I'm like, I know what that looks like. And it wouldn't fit. But the pictures made it look different. Anyways, so yeah, we found a couple places. We're going to go location scouting next month. Nice. We've casted, not fully yet. We had heaps of applications. I had to cut it early because we just kept getting more people each day, and I'd found a good amount. So out of that 200 plus people, I called 48 back for self-tapes. Whoa. About half of that got back to us, so we had about 30 self-tapes. So then me and Taha the other day went through all self-tapes, and it was really fun. We had our own little thing where we watched through each of them, talked deeply about each individual self-tape, and ranked them out of 10. So I gave them a mark out of 10. It was really cool. It was really fun. That's what I love about this shit.
I'm keen to see Taha again and talk to him about all this.
I'm so happy. So originally he was also going to act in the film, as you guys know, and that's not happening anymore because he's I actually can't say because I got in trouble about talking about it before, but he has a really good opportunity overseas that would clash with the filming dates.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
so he's just helping with pre, but he's not going to be on set or anything.
Well, that's another thing about moving the shoot forward is a possibility that it can be on set now. So, but I don't think that he will be. Okay. But he's going to help out with pre, and he has. Is as much my film as it is his film.
Cool.
So the casting process has been great. A lot of familiar faces, and we've nailed it down to. we nailed it down to 6 people for the lead role. So 3 for the guy, 3 for the girl. And then, this is a spoiler alert, but we're also casting kids for a certain role in the film. So we've nailed it down to 2 kids. And we're holding in-person chemistry tests next Monday. Where we bring the lead actors in. One of them I didn't realize was actually in Melbourne, so I don't know why they applied for the role. But
well, some people
they did say that they were happy to relocate, and fair enough. But it just I when sorting out the schedule up until shoot, I need those people to be in person for in-person commitments going forward. So it sucks because they were actually really good.
Have you flown people out before for a film, or like had people travel from a state? I did it once for Caliber. The dad was from Melbourne.
Well, she said she was happy to relocate because like with her parents, but she wouldn't have been there until like the month before.
it is definitely. And
I'm like, bro, I can't do blocking over Zoom, like whatever. So we've got 5 people now. Sorry, coming next Monday, and we're I can tell you after the podcast who we've got it because there's familiar faces, of course, and there's people that as well tested that are familiar faces that didn't do as well.
Ooh,
so I can't tell you what this. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
But it's looking good. We're funding we're funding in 2 months' time, and we need to raise. So I'm putting a good chunk in of my own money, about similar to what you did. But I don't know actually what your end budget was, but we need to raise between 10 and 13,000, and I raised $5,000 by myself for my first film and $8,000 by myself for the second film, and I'm like, if there's 2 of us, theoretically, it should work.
Yeah, but the only thing is that you only have a couple goes at Kickstarter.
That's true.
Before your mates, friends, and family.
1,000%, mate. Taha's never done it before. So I'm kind of just like hoping this comes through. Yeah. But yeah, that's my progress. It's all coming along. The only thing I'm worried about literally is the budget. We need a certain amount to make this thing work on set. Yeah. And then, I mean, it's like I'm putting a certain amount in. We need to raise 10K to make it work on set.
Yeah.
If we get 13K, we're covered for post. So that's basically how it is, and we'll see how it goes. It's pretty nerve-wracking actually, but you know, I do have that kind of if we don't raise a certain amount, I still have more money that I can put in, but preferably let's fucking not go there. But yeah, that's my, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. That's my kind of progress for, I mean, there's a lot more, but I'll wait till Taha gets on and we can go into it because it's been really interesting, all the stuff that we've done and talked about. So yeah, that's that, man.
Nice.
Let's get on to the last segment of the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yes.
We had the last segment of the podcast. We're going to run through this real quickly. What are we doing today, Indy?
This is Indy's first on camera.
I made it, guys.
Woo! Alrighty, run us through. What are we doing?
Don't look at my phone.
I'm not.
You cheat.
So we're doing directors' debut films. I'm going to list 4 directors' names after the film, and you have to guess which one directed it as like their first ever film.
Okay. Do we know these?
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go. Wait, are we doing buzzers?
Wait,
or? Oh, yeah. Are we doing buzzers or what?
Oh, yeah, should we?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright, cool. It's just our name, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Nights and Weekends.
Nah, bro, I'm done.
I'm
fucking.
Oh, wait, I'll just take a shot in the dark, Dan.
I'm going to list 4 directors.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay, good. Go.
You never listen.
You know those memes where it's like when someone explains the card game and you're like, what do we do?
Fucking hell. All right, let's go. 7 minutes.
Greta Gerwig, Tim Burton, Sofia Coppola, and Melanie Laurent.
What's the movie called?
Nights and Weekends.
Nights and Weekends. Who was the first one?
Greta Gerwig.
Josh, Greta Gerwig.
Dan?
I'll just say Sofia Coppola.
Josh.
Greta Gerwig. Okay.
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither. No, bro, I'm the biggest Greta Gerwig stan. I knew that, man. I knew that. All right, what's up next?
Anchorman. And the 4 directors is...
Wait, is that a directorial debut?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
what?
Josh. Is it Adam McKay?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Woo!
That's his first movie.
That's great for a
Yeah.
first fucking debut feature.
Deadpool.
Oh, fuck.
Oh. I didn't know that was
Well,
a debut one.
again,
oh, wait,
I
okay.
can-
okay.
I know
I
it.
can
Yeah,
list
yeah,
the
yeah.
directors.
Go.
Yeah, go.
All right.
David Leitch, Tim Miller, James Mangold, and Taika Waititi.
Josh,
Dan.
Tim Miller. David Leitch did the second one, I'm pretty
Yeah. I knew it, but I wanted to hear him out.
sure. Yeah. 3-0, baby!
Alien 3.
Oh, no, yeah.
Ridley Scott, James Cameron, David Fincher, and...
Dan, it's Fincher.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, gun.
Because I know he wasn't happy with that one.
Really?
Yeah, like it bombed. Alien 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fear and Desire,
Okay.
Wes Anderson, Christopher Nolan, Orson Welles, and Stanley Kubrick.
Josh Kubrick.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How did I not know that?
I don't even know those, bro. I'm somehow getting
Yeah.
this right. I have no fucking idea.
You've never watched a Kubrick movie in your life.
What are you talking about? I'm a big fan of fucking 2001.
2006. That's my favorite movie.
I'm a big fan of that transition. All right, let's do this.
Starship Troopers 2, Hero of the Federation.
Oh, is this what we're talking about? Like what's the game that's based off?
Helldivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't know there was a second one. But yeah, go. Give us director.
There's like 5 of them.
Really?
Crazy.
Martin Scorsese,
Can you imagine?
No.
Now, this is cinema.
Paul Verhoeven, Phil Tippett, and Ridley Scott.
Do you mean Paul Vaughn?
I don't know.
Sorry, what was the third one?
Phil Tippett.
Dan.
Mate, I have
I'm
no
just
idea.
going to say the second guy. Who was the second guy?
Paul.
Paul.
Paul Vaughn?
Paul Atreides.
Josh, I'm going to say Tippett.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Bro, I've never even heard of Tippett. Who's Tippett? I don't know who this guy
Wait,
is.
what else has Tippett
I
done?
don't remember. But he's done stuff.
He's done stuff. Oh, my
Yo!
Lord.
Crazy. This is giving me some knowledge right now.
My best friend's birthday.
Oh, wait. Okay, go.
Christopher Nolan, Wes Anderson, Woody Allen, Quentin
Dan.
Tarantino.
It's Tarantino, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the one that
Really?
got burned in the fire and it never got released.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. What's that? What's the score?
5 Josh, 2 Dan.
Yeah, nice. We'll do 10.
Bad Taste.
Oh, okay.
That's what you got, Josh.
Thanks, man. Whoa. Sorry, Sarah. Fuck. Just
I
shots
didn't mean
of
in women.
Sarah.
I mean in movies.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. Yeah, God. Sarah, I love you. Dan's just hating. He's
Oh.
No. Go on.
Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Peter Jackson, J.J. Abrams.
What's this for?
Ooh,
Bad Taste.
Dan.
Josh.
I'm just going to say Abrams.
Yeah, I was going to say Abrams. Oh, what?
Wrong.
Oh.
Oh, wait. What are the other ones?
Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and Peter Jackson.
Josh P. Jackson.
Yes.
What the heck? How are you this good at it?
What can you say, man? I'm a film buff. I'm fucking
The leg
not.
cross.
Definitely not. All right.
A Fistful of Fingers.
Oh. Dan, you slimy bastard. All right.
Yeah, go.
Edgar Wright,
Mm.
Sergio Leone, Roman Polanski, and Clint Eastwood.
Josh Edgar Wright.
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't. Bro, how the fuck
How
am
are
I
you
doing
this-
this?
oh.
How am I doing this?
I was going to say
What's the score?
Sergio Leone, but he does spaghetti westerns.
What's the
which
score?
Sort of sounds kind of similar.
7 Josh, 2 Dan.
Okay, one more. Wonder if you can come back down.
We're gonna
The
take some.
Sugarland Express.
Oh.
Steven Spielberg, Orson Welles, Ridley Scott, David Lynch.
Josh Spielberg.
Yes.
No
I've never
fucking
even
way.
I've never even heard of that. And that's Spielberg's first movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. How old was he when he made that?
It was 1974.
Hey, Dan, look at me. I am the captain now.
Can we do one more?
Sure.
I have to end on a good note.
Do you want me to just give this to you?
No,
Do you want me
we'll
to
do
try?
what it takes.
Oh,
I'm pretty
Whatever,
sure you know
man.
this one anyway.
Nah, I've already
This
won.
will
I'm
be the last
taking
one.
this win. This is a consolation.
Following.
Josh, Chris
Oh,
Nolan.
Dan.
Alrighty, guys, that brings us to
Okay.
the end of the
Yeah.
podcast. Dan, how do you feel?
Terrible.
You're not too good at these games, are
Let's
you?
tie a bloody bow on this bloody episode.
If you guys want to catch us, the Pre-Prod Pod on Insta, TikTok, the Pre-Production Meeting, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Peace.
Bye.